Welcome peeps to the Man Cave Experience. I know it's been a while. I had to step away to deal with some bull crap. That's kind of what today's video is about. I want to help you avoid dealing with bull crap, therefore giving you a smoother life to go through. While at the same time, we're going to be making a delicious beverage. A beverage that I have named the Roma Rosa. That's my favorite drink. So let's get right into it. First things first, we're gonna start out with a chilled glass. We're gonna fill it full of ice. All right, now we have our chilled glass full of ice. We're gonna get our first beverage to go into the cocktail. It's gonna be pineapple Parrot Bay rum. We're gonna do 2 ounces of this. You can use a jigger if you like, but I prefer just do a freehand. All right, next up, we're going to use some coconut rum. We're also going to go with Parrot Bay for that as well. We're going to do 1 ounce Parrot Bay coconut rum, 21% alcohol by volume. We're basically just dropping a little bit of that in there for taste privileges only. Let's go ahead and go over rule number 1. These are just rules that I have kind of laid out for my son. You know, things I've let him know that would make his life possibly be easier than mine was. And things I've also learned from other people that have went through things in their life. But I kind of put all the knowledge I have learned and put it all into one ball, and I try to pass that ball to my son, and hopefully he dribbles it and scores with it well. But rule number 1 I have is make sure you get with a female that you can see yourself living the rest of your life with, especially if you choose to bring kids into this world with one. And this could go for females as well. Basically, you don't want to get with a woman, and women, you don't want to get with a man that you end up having kids with and end up having to get a divorce, or y'all go through some kind of just arguing all the time, things of that nature, because you didn't know who you were getting with to begin with. The only way to really avoid a bad situation like this is to do your research. Research their parents. Make sure you know what their mom did, what their dad did, what was their reputation. Of course, make sure you know what the person you're getting with's reputation is. Now, I know a lot of people hate, and they may try to make the person you're getting with reputation look bad, but do your own research. Ask multiple people. Don't just ask one person and go with that. Make sure you know what their grandparents were about. Just get the best feel you can of them. And you also want to make sure you get to know their friends, see what kind of circle they run in, make sure they don't have any drug problems, things of that nature. You just really want to get involved with somebody before you get involved with someone, if that makes any sense to you. Before you give yourself to someone, you don't want to lay down and have kids with someone without knowing that person wholeheartedly. Make sure you know the person you're choosing to spend your time with before you get too involved and then it's too late. So that's rule number 1. All right, next up, we're going to be placing in some rum 151. It's going to be Dawn 151. You can find this at most ABC stores. It's kind of hard to find this pure rum just anywhere, but ABC stores normally have them. This is 75.5% alcohol by volume and is 151 proof, hence the name 151. So we're going to add 2 ounces of the Dawn 151 or 151 proof, whatever name brand you choose to go with. Again, you can use a jigger or you can freehand it. I prefer freehand, obviously. All right, next up, we're going to do our strawberry margarita mix. This is made by Master of Makers margarita mix. You can also find it in ABC stores or Walmart. We're going to do 2 ounces of it. This is a good time to take a pause for the cause and discuss rule number 2. For me personally, this is rule number 1. get a career in something that you actually like doing. Me personally, I like selling cars, but I chose a different path and now I'm paying for it. But I do still sell cars. Nevertheless, get a career in something you like doing, something that excites you to wake up every day, something that keeps you going, basically, something that keeps you young. You can get a job that you like going to and it just makes you miserable. You dread going in and that'll make you grow old fast. If you can get something you actually like doing, that will keep you motivated to go every day and it makes work seem like play. Therefore, you don't work a day in your life if you can find a career, not a job, but a career that you actually like doing and going to every day, and something that actually excites you and gets you motivated. All right, now we're narrowing down towards the end of our beverage we're making here. And last but not least, not even last actually, but we're gonna add some Sunny D. We're gonna do 4 ounces of Sunny D. Starting to look good and delicious already. Let's go ahead and go over rule number 3, get it out the way. If you can't afford to pay cash for it, then you have not earned it. I'm not saying you don't deserve it, but if you cannot pay cash for something, whether it be a house, car, etc., you have not earned it. Now I know buying a house is hard to do on cash, so you may have to do that. But as far as buying a vehicle, if you have to buy a vehicle on payments, I would suggest paying it off as soon as possible and then trying to sell it for the highest value you can. If you're still driving it, you can still have it up for sale, and you can put it up for sale for right at the blue book value of it and still try to make as much money as you can. What you want to do is get a vehicle, flip it after you get your use out of it, and keep using that money to stack up to get a vehicle you can actually pay cash for. And I'm not just speaking out of my butt. This is something I've actually done. I've done this way back in the day, and I actually got to where I started my own car lot, and now I pay cash for every vehicle I have, and have done that for the last decade or so. And my old lady's vehicle, pay cash for it, etc. So you want to be able to pay cash for your vehicles, at least. I mean, if you can pay cash for your home, that's great as well, but at least your vehicles. You want to at least get to the point in your life where you can pay cash for your vehicle. So that's rule number 3. But going back to rule number 2, I want to harp on this part. You need to find a career that you can be comfortable in, and the sooner you can figure that out, the better. So if you're 13 years old in school, that's a good time to be figuring out what you want to do. And the reason for that is, if you can find out that you want to be a rocket scientist, for instance, you can start studying rocket science by all these platforms we have today. YouTube, all the different social media things we have. You can look up stuff about rocket science all day long. If that's something that excites you, if you want to be an astronaut or whatnot, you can look up stuff about that, and you can be learning it while you're in high school, learning your basics. And then once you actually get to college will be a breeze because you already know everything about it. And that shit excites you, so you don't mind doing it. Then once you get out into the real world, by the time you're 40 or 50, you would have squared away a significant fortune. And therefore, you will have made a fortune doing something you actually enjoy doing. That's going backwards to rule number 2, but I really want to touch on that point. It's very important to get something you like doing that makes you a lot of money. Therefore, you never work a day in your life. And of course, rule number 3, if you can't afford to pay cash for it, you haven't earned it. Not that you haven't deserved it, but you haven't earned it yet. That's rules 2 and 3. Now let's get back to the beverage. All right, now we're gonna take our spoon. Go ahead and twist our drink. All bartenders know you twist the spoon, you don't really stir it. If you do stir it, you keep the spoon on the outside of the glass. Should we get a good stir? Put that to the side. Now, probably wondering what this lime is doing here the whole time. We're going to use this to garnish our beverage with. So make sure you wash it first and peel off any stickers that's on the outside. I've already washed it, but I didn't get the sticker off. I'm going to wash it again. Wash mine with hot water. more effective. So now we're just gonna push this on the outside to the inside off into our beverage like so, which will spruce it up a little bit. And we're just gonna simply drop it in the middle of the drink, just like that. Perfecto. All right, now we gotta get us a straw. We're going to try to keep that away from the straw as much as possible at this point. This part I suggest you be very careful with. This stuff, this 151 is so potent. I've heard it can run a car. I've never tried it myself, but it wouldn't surprise me. Very strong, and it is flammable. So we're going to drop a little bit of this inside of our lime, like so. Take our trusty lighter, and we're going to set it on fire. Whoosh, voila. And this, peeps, is the Roma Rosa. It is so hot, it's literally on fire. It is a hot beverage for the summertime. The best thing you can drink, in my opinion, for summertime beverages, as far as cocktails go. Let's go ahead and get us a drink, folks. This is so delicious, I'm telling you, I can't even put it in words. All right, now you're probably wondering, how are you gonna drink it? You drink this on fire? We're simply just gonna blow it out, and then we're gonna tilt the lime over into the drink if you want to make it stronger, or if you just want to drink it the way it is, that's perfectly fine as well. But if you want to make it stronger, that's all you have to do is tip over the lime. Therefore, you'll be adding more of the 151 into the beverage. So let's make a wish and blow it out. Every wish you make over a Roma Rosa comes true, just so you know. I want $1 million times 10. All right, let's get this. No words. No words can describe how good that is. Well, peeps, at this time, I want to thank you for watching, and thank you for those who have subscribed. We have been monetized for a while, and like I said at the beginning of the video, my apologies for not being around for a while. I had to get some stuff squared away, but we are back now. So please feel free to tell a friend and check in with us from time to time. We'll be grilling, chilling, and drinking, and just doing it up over here at the man cave. So until next time, I hope you and yours continue to be blessed.